What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 1 of the Drip Geeb podcast. I'm your co-host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Drip Media Gaming.
What's going on, guys? Hey, for those of you listening on audio, we do record this Friday nights on my YouTube channel at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
And for those of you watching the stream, this will be available tomorrow and everywhere you can find a podcast.
What else are we supposed to say here? We're killing this intro.
Yeah, we're doing great. It's about super
for those of you in the chat,
stuff.
For those of you in the chat, welcome. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you have questions or comments that you want us to read live, you can leave those at any point during the stream with a super chat. We will read every single one of those at the end of the stream. If you don't have any money for a super chat, that's also fine. Just hold on to your questions, and we will try to get to as many of those as we possibly can. Now, with that out of the way, Geeb!
Yo!
It's episode 1, man.
It is.
We're here. We did it.
You know, it might as well be episode 0.5, because last week was 0. This week is 0.5, because we still suck, and that's okay.
Yeah, we still suck. It's okay, man. It's episode 1. Everybody's just going to have to give us a little bit of... little bit of room. Just give us a little bit of room.
I mean,
Step back just
Drip
a touch.
is a photographer, and I used to drive forklifts for a living. So I mean, neither of us are qualified for this, but here we are. I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah, you know, we're figuring it out. It's all good. So how was your week, man? How was
my
your
week? Was
Anything
great.
Cool happen?
My week was great. I mean, I did get my second vaccine, so I am fully 100%.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not yet. I mean, I've done my 2 weeks. Then I'm fully.
2 weeks.
Then I'm fully
Gotta
vaccinated.
wait your 2 weeks.
2 weeks, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm super stoked. Like, I've had people over the house who've been also vaccinated, and it's such a good feeling to be able to.
It's awesome, right?
Safely hang out with other people.
Yeah, like I went down to my buddy's house. I think not last weekend, but the weekend before that was my 2 weeks, and I went down to my buddy's house to watch Mortal Kombat, and we were literally like, yeah, like I was really happy.
The way you told me earlier, because you told me that earlier, I was like, you did it a little bit better than that. And I laughed so hard.
Yeah, we were just, it was a nice time. And, you know, I had actually hung out with him and another one of our friends the weekend before that for a little bit. But I hadn't technically got my, 2 weeks. And it was kind of like, I don't know. Am I cool? Are we all good? Is this okay? But,
yeah,
it's cool. It's all good.
No, yeah. But I had a 12-hour sickness and it went away quick. And it was, I didn't have any bad, it wasn't even bad sickness. It was just like, it was there. And then it was gone in 12 hours. And I feel great. And I feel great mentally as well. So it's a wonderful time.
That's great. That is good. That's good to hear.
Anything with you, sir?
Man, I don't know. I've been busy this week, but with like weird stuff. Like I cut grass on a mower that has handles like this. And now I have sunburn on my hands, which is... I don't know, man. It's been a weird week. It's been a very weird week. I did get 2 videos up this week, I think. It was 2 videos, right? So I got other stuff done and the videos, which, it's good. We started playing some different stuff on stream this week, which was kind of nice. Kind of nice to do something besides Breath of the Wild.
What'd you play?
Yeah, last night we played Link to the Past. So still Zelda on stream, but totally different. And it was really fun, honestly. I had a really, really good time playing that. Other than that, I haven't really been playing anything new. Still, I haven't played Monster Hunter all week, which is an issue.
Wow.
I really need to get some more Monster Hunter in. And I haven't played Pokemon Snap since I streamed on Twitter the other night and made up all the new names for the Pokemon. Which
one of my favorite streams of yours of all time. Not gonna lie.
Honestly, it's one of mine too.
Gonna lie. And this is unreleased news, but guys, for the second channel that is going to be named Drip Geeb, but is not yet, where this podcast, the live feed will go up as a video. It's not gonna just be podcast related. We're gonna have Drip Geeb content, including things like his stream, but in a tasteful, bite-sized way. So.
Geeb.
Yeah.
Geeb. You weren't there last night. I was talking about this last night during stream.
Well, these audio people don't know. So
they may not know. Audio people don't know. Yes. Audio people don't know.
So audio people, and also I wasn't there. I'm sorry about that.
I figured you were still sick, honestly. I was like, he's got to be still sick.
No, I mean, that would have been a good excuse. I should have went with that. But nope, I just neglected you last night.
That's fine. That's totally fine. It's all right. It's understandable.
We
had a good time without you. Anyway, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? What have I been playing? What game have I been playing? Oh yes, what game have I been playing? I have been playing. Now I teased this to you earlier on our little meeting we had.
Oh yeah.
Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, man. It's
nice.
on sale.
How are you liking that one?
I believe it's still, I think the sale is over today. I picked it up while it was still on sale. I think for $15 for the $60 game. And I was like, or I think it's $50 game.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yes, please. And I was,
man,
I saw your video on it that you did a couple months ago on it,
yeah, the top 10 games to buy on the Switch that aren't Mario or Zelda. That's what it was in.
Yes, on your.
And I
channel.
was trying to think when you said it was in that video. I was like, I wonder which one it is.
Yeah,
I kept thinking. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just couldn't put two and two together. I couldn't even remember what was all on the list. That's a good one though. You know that game went on sale so hard for the physical version. You could get the Star Fox ship and the physical version for a long time at Best Buy for like $6.
Wait, repeat that for me because I wasn't. It was like
$6. There were so many. There were so many of those boxes of the Starlink, the physical edition with the ship and the stuff.
Yeah.
You could get them for like $6. It was insane.
Are you kidding me? That's incredible, man.
Yeah. That
is awesome.
That's when I bought mine because I had already like played through most of the game and I wanted the ship, but I was like, I'm not paying for that ship. I'm just not because I don't want to use it. I just want it.
Yeah.
But that's how I ended up getting it. I think I gave the other copy to my little brother.
Oh, neat.
He's been playing it.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that game. It's kind of exactly what I wanted it to be, which was something different than what I usually play, but not so different like that I'm not going to enjoy. Because Monster Hunter was kind of that way for me when I saw it. I'm like, that's so different to what I usually play. And the battle mechanics, you helped me, you helped clear the air with me, like how the battle mechanics were going to be. You sent me that video before the game came out, and you're like,
yeah. I mean, it's essentially, it's the Ubisoft formula.
Yeah,
it's the Assassin's Creed formula. You go here, you open up this area of the map. You go here, you open up this area of the map. Then you can see all the stuff you need to do in those areas. Then you do that stuff.
Yeah. So
I think the coolest part about that game is just the fact that it's completely like an open universe. You can just leave the planet, no loading screens. You just, go. And then go into another planet. You travel to another planet all in, real time. I think that's very cool.
It is incredibly cool. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It looks great on the Switch, surprisingly. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect anything higher than 30 FPS, which is about 30 FPS, and that's fine. It plays great. Fox is awesome, or is that his name? I'm not.
Yeah,
great.
I only played as Fox. I didn't play as anybody else.
Yeah, no,
I don't see the point.
Me either. Why would you want to? And why they didn't just call it, that's probably the deal they made with Ubisoft was like, we're not going to call it Star Fox, and then it's like call it Star Fox.
Well, that's the thing because it was on other platforms. They just did but it sold terrible on other platforms. It sold awful.
Did it really?
Sold on the Switch? Oh yeah, it was a flop on other platforms. Sold good on the Switch, but yeah. So what else? What else have you been playing?
At the moment, I haven't streamed that much at all the past week or two.
You've been sick. It's been a very weird week.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I haven't really played that much besides that game, and there is something I'm forgetting, but irrelevant. That is the focus of what I've been playing recently.
That's cool. Oh no, I know what you've been playing, or have you? Have you still been playing Monster Hunter Stories?
No, I didn't get a chance today. But I will not forget about that game.
I got to be honest. When I found out I'm not going to be able to use a controller,
it's fine though. I mean, you got pretty far in it. It's fine.
God,
it's annoying.
I don't.
It is annoying, but it's fine.
I know.
Well, we didn't. We did talk about what we're going to talk. We did talk about what we talked about. We did talk about what we were going to be talking about on the podcast today. However, we didn't exactly go in the exact order. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring it in. This is probably the hottest news of the day. We're going to start off. We're going to start off
of the month.
We're going to start off.
I already know what you're talking about.
We're going to start off fire today, and that news. It's not a first party Nintendo, but it is exclusive to the Switch, and it's an experience that you've never had before. And this is the biggest.
Not on the Switch. I mean, not on a game console, really.
No,
you've not had this experience on a game console.
You haven't. And what I'm getting at is the coolest game in the world calculator.
Only 10, dude. And what a deal.
What
Dropped
a
it on
deal.
the eShop for $10. I mean, how can you not pick that up?
When does calculator come out? Do you know?
It's out.
It's out right now. Holy shit! It's a shadow
out.
drop.
A shadow
Did they
drop
shadow drop
calculator,
calculator right now? Are you fucking
with the Call of Duty font? With the Call of Duty font, it's looking super spectacular. And
yeah.
I mean, I have one question. My question is, why do I even need a cell phone anymore?
That's a great point, man.
Like, I have a calculator on my Switch. I don't even need a cell phone.
No.
I mean,
I think we're done keeping this up now.
Yeah.
Also,
okay. Seriously, though,
I let a half one slip as well.
Let's get real. Let's get real. Like, how is this a thing? How is this?
Who
actually? How? Who is buying a calculator on the Nintendo Switch
No.
for $10? I'm trying not to cuss here because I know we're trying to keep this clean. We're going to try to monetize this eventually.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Seriously,
I'm sorry.
How?
By the way, it's calculator, not the calculator. I just want to be clear. We're not going to shortchange this game. This product whatsoever. Is it a game? Is it a what is it?
Dude, who knows?
So many questions I have about this.
$10. You realize when you buy a phone, I know the phone is a lot more expensive, but they give you one of these. It looks just like that.
Look at this.
And it's free.
I mean, for those of you listening, you can't see, but for the stream, I mean, I'll do my best to explain for the audio audience.
I can explain.
It looks exactly like your phone.
The iPhone. It's the iPhone's calculator. It's the same exact thing. The colors are the same.
Yeah.
I mean, down to like the shadows and the way that the light looks like it's hitting the buttons. It's the same thing.
Well, I mean, it does run Android, right? Does it not run a form of Android, the Switch at its current form?
No,
it doesn't. I thought it ran Android.
You can put Android on it.
Okay, for some reason I thought it was Android, but whatever the case is, it runs some sort of open source software, and it's probably just the same. It's skinned the same. It probably functions the same. Actually, probably functions worse because your Switch at its current form performs worse than your phone in your pocket in 2021.
Yeah, and the very interesting thing about this is, and I think I noticed this because when this came out, maybe the day after or something. I mean, you know, I don't pay attention to what comes on the eShop. I let Spawnwave do that for me.
Yeah.
So he did something on this that morning, and I saw this, and I was like, how? Like, how is this possible? But something he brought up I thought's very interesting. If you go into the eShop and look at this developer and just look at the rest of the absolute garbage that they put in the eShop, like Nintendo really has got to do something about curation of the eShop. Like the way that they have it structured, it's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah. And the fact that it's this bad and has been this bad for so long is honestly, it's hard to even fathom at this point. How have people not just completely... Here's the thing. I don't go into the eShop that much. I end up, if I'm getting a game, I go in, it's probably on one of the front pages. You know what I mean? It's either in the whatever. It's one of the pages. It's either featured or right there at the top of either that or I pre-ordered it. It's on the coming soon page. Easy to find. I don't really go just browsing the eShop a lot. But when you do, it's a terrible experience. It's absolutely awful. It's so awful. It's funny because you can look at a game that came out 3 days ago and you have to go so far down the list to even find it. And just stupid game after stupid game that cost, $2.
Yeah.
$1. And they're all garbage. It's insane. I know it's been talked about before. I know I'm not the first person to say Nintendo needs to clean up the eShop, but they really do.
I can't actually reading this again. Can confirm it's a game. It's one player. It says it clear as day. Right, we're currently on Nintendo's homepage here. Like it's one.
So
it's a
game. You can't even play multiplayer on this calculator. Canceled.
For $10 you could buy the best game of all time calculator, or for $5 more, at least as of yesterday, you could buy Starlink. I wonder what I would choose there.
Yeah, let's let's think about that really for a second. Like, wow. $5 more and you can have a AAA title.
Yeah.
Or you can get this sweet calculator and get $5 off.
You know,
oh my! I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time on this, but man,
the one more thing I want to say about it is that when I heard that a calculator was coming to Switch, I actually thought, cool, because this is what I thought. All right, I thought, this is a good opportunity to like take a piece of that, that giant market that is graphing calculators. Like, of course, this is going to be a graphing calculator for students, because why would Nintendo? And also, I thought it was for $10. When I heard calculator, I thought free. And then when I heard it cost $10, I said, "Oh, okay, I justified it and said, oh, it's going to be a graphing calculator for $10." And I'm like, that's actually a good idea.
No, sir.
That's a good idea. No. This is it's got like 1 and 2 and 3 up to 9.
It's basic.
Don't forget 0. And that's what you get. Actually, there's more numbers in the price than there is on the dial pad.
Oh, got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know. There's been some other announcement. There was another game announcement this week. What was it? Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
Yep. That is a game that was announced.
It's weird because it's a Disney game now. Because Disney owns Lucasfilm. It was a Lucasfilm game. That's very, very strange to me.
Yeah.
I don't think we put that on the list, but I did want to bring it up. Did you ever play that game? I played it as a kid.
No.
Like, I'd never owned it. My neighbor had it. And I played it at his. I remember going to his house in the morning, like super early in the mornings, and we'd be playing that.
I mean, I have a good idea. I never played it, but I have a good idea of what it is. Zombie Ate My Neighbor. Can you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is it an RPG? Do you play as a zombie who's eating people's neighbors, or the other way around, or how's it go?
It's you're like a kid and you shoot stuff. You walk around. It's
lame.
Pretty basic game. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's good. Cool. I mean, yeah. No, I thought it was.
To tell you the truth, I probably haven't played it since I was, I don't know, 10, 11. So
it looks interesting to me because I did put it in the podcast room earlier this week. I thought we could talk about it, but we didn't actually talk about talking about it. But yeah,
I just saw it and I was like, we didn't even get to that. We'll definitely have to put that up there.
Looks fun. But before we get to more of the new games that have been released, we need to talk about something. It's currently, as of recording date, as of stream date, it is March 14th. Or I'm sorry, it's May 14th. Oh God. Sorry, May 14th. I know where this is going. It's May 14th. Drip, how many days in a week?
I don't know.
7. And how many weeks have passed in 14 days? 2 weeks. And it's currently 2 weeks into May, which is what we agreed upon.
It is. Okay, I lost. All right, I lost the bet. I lost.
You lost.
I lost the bet.
You lost real hard. Guys that listening at home.
I don't care. I don't care because of this.
Look forward to watching Drip, who's never played Rocket League, and Gabe, me.
I have,
Geeb,
listen, I have 30 strong minutes.
830 hours in Rocket League. Teach him how to play, and not only that, we're going to win a round, which
I have 30 strong minutes in Rocket League, okay? And now that the NASCAR pack is out here, I'm in. Like, I don't even care. I'm totally cool with this. I mean, it's out. Let's go.
Let's go.
I mean, I'll play tomorrow. I don't care. This sounds great.
I would love to play tomorrow.
Now, am I going to be good at it? No.
But that's not the point.
I'm going to be in a NASCAR. I'm going to be in like Chase Elliott's number 9 Napa Chevrolet, just doing laps.
You're going to be horrible.
That's what you do in Rocket League, right?
You're going to be horrible, and that's what
in Rocket League you go in laps. Circles, right?
Exactly. It's exactly what you do. You're
not a road course though. Just left turns.
I think it's you go up on the roof and then I don't know.
Okay,
it's gonna be great.
I'll be fine with it,
guys. Make sure you stay tuned to the streams because we're gonna be doing some fun stuff with Rocket League and
real
Drip.
Fun.
So that was a bet that he definitely lost, and
that's a good place for us to go into that. We can go into our weekly Zelda 35th anniversary watch. We need special music for this, by the way. I've decided we need some type of news bulletin type of sound or something.
Well, in the audio version, we can edit that in, assuming that my capabilities allow it. That is something we could do.
Yeah, cool. We're going to do that. So, what do we got? Okay. This is what we got. This is there's a few other things, but it's mostly the same basic stuff. This caught my eye It's very interesting. So I believe it was yesterday. Sony had to tell somebody, investors, somebody. I don't know exactly what they had to do. They had to tell somebody things about their games, and Horizon Forbidden West is one of the games that was supposedly supposed to come out. It is supposed to come out. Okay, we're going. I got a weird error over here. So it's supposed to come out this year. Everybody thought, probably not going to come out this year. I don't think it's going to come out this year. I don't think it's going to come out this year. So, if you actually want to grab that picture out of the Discord that I sent you.
I cannot go into Discord at the moment because that's where your face is, and they would see.
Okay. All right. Well, I can just talk about it.
Yeah. So
here's the thing. Sony said, yes, this game is coming out. So Horizon Forbidden West is coming out this year. For those of you who remember, the first Horizon Zero Dawn and Breath of the Wild, the original Breath of the Wild, came out around the same exact time. And they were, open world games like that. They were, kind of similar, kind of going head to head. So it looked like, the headlines coming out this morning, I think, were that Horizon was going to have its own window because Breath of the Wild 2 isn't coming till next year. But Jeff Grubb over on Twitter, who is somebody I don't know the guy, but from what I've seen and what he says and things that he, will put out there, I tend to believe the things he says, and I'll try to describe the picture he posted on Twitter as best as possible. But imagine Henry Cavill, Superman, standing, looking dapper as ever on I would say it kind of looks like a red carpet, but it's actually pink. Doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, he's standing there looking all nice. Looks like he's about to give an interview or something. And in front of him, it says Horizon Forbidden West getting a release window to itself. And then deep in the background of the picture, you can see Jason Momoa running towards him, looking like he's about to tackle him from behind. And over top of Jason Momoa, it says Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's to me, I see that and I see that saying, okay, clearly he knows something. He knows something is going on. Maybe not. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's nothing. But I kind of feel like that kind of that makes me think we might see Breath of the Wild 2 this year.
I'll let you keep talking about it because I don't have much to say. I'm going to stick with my guns. I've said it over and over. I'm not going to change my thoughts and opinions because at the end of the day, it's all speculation, thoughts and opinions, and nothing really factual. I think it's coming out by March 2022.
Yeah,
I believe we will know when it's coming out. We will have a release date in September. They're going to release a release date in September. That's my speculation. Based off everything that I've heard, that's what I think. But go ahead and continue talking about,
Honestly, I mean that's really it for that part of it. But I mean, as far as when I think it's coming out, I don't know. I mean, that right there gives me hope that we're going to see it this year. Before that, I kind of just wrote it off to next year around March. I mean, maybe February. I don't know. It just seems like there's so many other things because we can go right into the other stuff that's been leaked here. But I mean, we got a list of leaks this week that was long, and it's going to continue because E3's right around the corner. I mean, we're going to see a lot of this stuff. But I mean, what else do we have here? Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong stuff. It looks like there's a 2D Donkey Kong game, or 2.5D, 2.5D Donkey Kong game being worked on by the Super Mario Odyssey team. So that would be cool.
That's. I mean, I didn't play Odyssey, as a lot of you know, but that is a cool looking game. And are we expecting not a copy, but a similar kind of game experience to Odyssey, where it's like open world situation, kind of, sort of.
Well, like Odyssey, I don't know. Well, no, because it's not going to be 3D. They said it's 2D / 2.5D. I mean, that I don't know. That could not be right. You know, who knows? Who really knows? But the thing about it is, there was a bunch of people talking about it, and then Nintendo Life actually came out later and said that they had also heard from other reliable sources that, yes, a 2D or 2.5D Donkey Kong is being worked on by the Odyssey team, which would make sense because if you go back to other Donkey Kong games, Retro Studios makes the Donkey Kong games. Obviously, they're not making Donkey Kong games right now. They're making Metroid Prime 4. They're a little busy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for it to go to somebody else at this point makes a lot of sense. And I know you said you didn't play Tropical Freeze.
I did not know.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's hard. It's really hard, but man, it's good. I would like to see a different kind of game, though. I would like to see something a little different than Tropical Freeze. Honestly, when these Donkey Kong rumors started coming around, they've been coming around for a little while. I think I did a video mentioning a Donkey Kong leak the day I got my hair cut for the first time. Do you remember how long ago that was?
Dude, that was a while ago, man.
Yes, I mentioned a Donkey Kong leak that I had heard. I briefly mentioned it in that video.
Yeah.
So it's been talked about for a while, but since then, like, I like Tropical Freeze. I thought it was cool, but I really would like to see, like you said, like a 3D Odyssey style Donkey Kong. Like Donkey Kong 64 was that type of thing. It was a 3D type of thing. I don't know. Either way, I think it's really cool that, you know, that we're going to get a Donkey Kong possibly. And from what this says, let me make sure before I go ahead and just blurt it out. Yeah, I mean, it looks like this has been being worked on, and this is something we should expect to see this year, and that an E3 announcement is very probable.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. Now, whether I actually play it or not is to be seen, because I haven't played Donkey Kong games since Mario was the main character. So, you know,
now is the perfect time to jump back in, Geeb.
I mean, it would be fun. I mean, we're watching some Tropical Freeze highlights here on the stream, and it looks like a really fun game. You know,
it is. I'm telling you, it's great. You didn't play Donkey Kong. What was it? Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo?
I have, and it's not my favorite, but it is fun. I had fun playing that with like Abby's parents and Abby. Yeah. Like that was a fun little game to play together as like a family for shits and giggles. It was fun. We got to a point where Abby wanted to rage quit because she got real mad at one part, you know. But I mean, it was still really fun.
I mean, honestly, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze had me that way a few times. About to throw my Switch against the wall. It's difficult. It's a difficult little platformer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I think that's awesome. Not the coolest one though. Not the coolest one. What else do we have? Oh, this little gem here. And I don't care what anybody says. Let's start here. I don't care how much Mario Kart 8 sold. I don't care. I am sticking to this. I think Mario Kart 9 is coming this year. I think it's the holiday game this year.
Would you would you mind reading a little bit of that article? Because I literally a second ago accidentally got rid of that page, so I can't show anybody.
So here's the gist. So there's a Twitter leaker. I mean, you know, that's been the term of the week this week.
Yeah.
The guy on Twitter, Zippo. He is saying that there has been a team hard at work on a Mario Kart game of some sort, and has been for the past 3 years. That's a long time.
That would be 2018. We're currently in 2021.
And now he is saying that he has confirmed with whoever he talks to find these things out. It's not Mario Kart Tour. So it's not the phone game. It was not that. It is not Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. So that's the other thing. And it's not the Universal Studios theme park ride either. So that's literally every other Mario Kart project that it could be accounted for there. So Mario Kart 9, he's saying it may not be a Mario Kart 9. It could be some super big expansion from Mario Kart 8, which I don't think so. Why do that? You know what I mean?
I mean, I can answer that question. You're not going to like it because you're pretty much sticking to your guns, which I respect.
Yeah, but no. You have to keep moving. It's time. Just do a new one.
You have to keep moving if you've become stagnant. And stagnant also implies that sales are. Look, we can argue about this. Literally, we can have 4 podcasts in a row arguing about this.
I know.
And we're both right, and we're both wrong. I mean, it's a decision Nintendo has to make. And which one are they? Really what we should be arguing about is which one are they going to make? Which decision? And they're probably going to make the decision of Mario Kart 9. I'm just being honest. Even though I think I believe what I believe, I still think they're going to make the decision of Mario Kart 9. However, I don't think it's going to be Mario Kart 9. It's going to be, but it's not going to be DLC either. It's not going to be DLC for Mario Kart 8. It's going to be. This is again, guess, speculation, totally no basis of fact, just my own opinion. It'll be. They might go in a direction where like Super Smash, where it's no longer Mario focused because the game is not Mario focused. It may not be Mario Kart. It may be a rebranded Mario Kart that is the exact same experience as Mario Kart 8 with enhancements, or should I say Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with enhancements of the what they've been working on the past 3 years. With a new title.
Give me Mario Kart Ultimate. Give it the Smash Brothers treatment. Just give me Mario Kart Ultimate. Let's go. Everybody's here. Bring everybody. Let's do it.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? It's time. I think they've done everything they can do in Mario Kart at this point, right? I mean, they've done everything. They could bring stuff back, but like, why not just bring it all back? Why not have a different mode? Instead of bringing like the Double Dash type of Mario Kart back, just bring back a Double Dash mode.
I don't even know. What do you mean Double Dash? I'm a young man.
Oh, yeah. Double Dash, you had 2 people on one cart. There was a lot of different mechanics you could do with system? Like teams of people. I believe that was on 64, or was it GameCube? I don't know. I don't remember.
We didn't have either of those growing up. So that
anyway, the end of this says that he notes the scheduled release date is sometime between holiday this year, as I've been saying, and early 2022 as a release date.
I mean, he's probably right. That's it.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be honest, this is my honest opinion. I think our holiday game of 2021 is Mario Kart 9, quote unquote.
Yes, and I think it is too.
And the game that everyone wants, Breath of the Wild 2, aka Breath of the Wild 2. It's not. Who knows what it's actually be called? That we'll find out in September, according to me. That's going to be an early 2022 game. Q1.
That I do agree with.
Between January and March. That's when it'll be released. We will already know, and they're going to likely take pre-orders for that holiday as well. For the holiday 2021, they'll take pre-orders for Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that at E3. I think we're going to get the big blowout at E3. They're not going to go into E3 and not say anything about Breath of the Wild 2 at this point. I'm sorry. I still think we have a chance to see something Zelda related next week. This is the last week though. Next week, if it doesn't happen next week, it's E3. Like I am 100% out after next week.
Okay. Well, stop beating that dead horse of Breath of the Wild too, because again, we're just kind of waiting. Unless you had something.
I mean, we'll see what happens next week. Oh,
that's right.
Possible.
Yeah, you had something to talk about with that, right? Next week.
Oh, I don't know.
You had said that next week we could have a direct. Is that no?
It's possible. I think it's still possible. Yeah. I mean, and okay. Yeah, let's get into this for a second. First off, we have Samus Hunter, another leaker, saying that the first 2 weeks of this month we're supposed to have a direct, latest next week. Now, I was saying that before I knew who Samus Hunter was. I didn't say this third week, but I told you long ago we could go into May, probably the first 2 weeks. Obviously, I was wrong about that. So we have 1 week left. But the thing about it is, like, I just... And it's kind of the reason that I just don't even know if I want to talk about all this stuff. Like, we talk about all these leaks and rumors and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, like, these people who are leaking this stuff, they're not Nintendo. Things could change. Things could change internally, and the first person to be contacted is not going to be Leaky McLeakerson over here. They're not going to be like,
What do you mean?
We got to call Samus Hunter because we're changing our plans, and make sure that Samus Hunter knows so they can put it on Twitter and make sure everybody knows it. Like, I used to be very guilty of this before I did YouTube. I was really excited about the Switch in its first couple, the first couple years. Any leak that I heard, I wanted it to be true so bad that I made it fact. And then when it didn't happen, I got so bummed out. And that's why a lot of, like, you see, small channel here. I'll talk about some leaks. It's okay, whatever. I'm not going to get that much of a blowback from it. But these bigger channels, like, a lot of them stay away from all this stuff for a reason. Because when it ends up being wrong, they're the ones who catch the heat for it. The people who are trying to report it on YouTube or talk about it or whatever, they're the ones who end up catching the heat for it. So that's why you see a lot of these people not even talk about it. But, and I will say, the Samus Hunter track record's really good. Really good. But I can tell you this. It won't be perfect. Not forever. It can't be.
Yeah.
Like, perfect or not right now, I mean, it's just not something that you can put all your eggs in that basket and be like, yeah, this person says that's going to happen. They don't work for Nintendo, but I'm going to believe it. It's fun to talk about for sure. It's very fun to talk about. I love talking about it, but I have changed my whole idea about maybe not taking it so literally all the time. But I'll tell you what is fun. What is fun when I make my own little predictions or speculations and then come to find out that some leaker starts saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, see, see? See, you guys just listen to me. And then when it's wrong, I'll be like, oh yeah, well, I was just guessing. They act like they had information.
You're right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that kind of wraps up our leaks and stuff like that, and that's what they are, guys. They're speculation, they're leaks.
Well, I have one more.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I lied.
It's not really a leak. This is kind of a different thing.
Yeah, go for it.
So I did a video on this. When did I post this? Yesterday. I just want to talk to you about this because I just feel like this is absolutely insane that somebody even say this at this point. So a former Retro Studios design lead who worked on Metroid Prime Trilogy said he is skeptical that the games can be ported to Nintendo Switch. Specifically Metroid Prime 3. Because of some of the mechanics that the Wii Motion controls had. It was like things they did with locks and some of the enemy stuff that they had. His quote was, it would be a Herculean effort, which I just don't understand this. Like, maybe somebody out here somewhere, maybe when we post this on YouTube later, can comment, or maybe afterwards can just let me know how this works. But he says in this article here, or in his response, because this was on Facebook. This was to a fan on Facebook or something like that. He says, Metroid Prime 1 and 2 controls were easy to convert from standard controls to the Wiimote, the Wii Motion. That was easy. But going the other way would be impossible. Or take a Herculean effort.
Yeah.
How? Isn't that very close to the same thing? Like, I feel like I may be missing something here, and if I am, please let me know. I just feel like that's a really silly thing to say. And I do want to mention as well, this guy hasn't worked for Retro Studios in 10 years. So he has no idea what's going on internally. And we've heard since, 2018? That the Prime Trilogy's already been done. It was going to come out when Prime 4 was ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, back before the delay of Prime 4, like, we were supposed to get it, what was it? Game Awards. It was the Game Awards.
Oh.
Everybody was like, "Oh yeah." Everybody's like, "Yep, it's going to be announced. Metroid Prime Trilogy HD going to be announced." You heard it from every single place, and like at that point, even the really big channels on YouTube were like, "Oh yeah, it's happening. It's happening."
Actually, Among Us.
That it just didn't. What is it?
Among Us.
No. It wasn't even then. It was way before that. It was years before that.
Oh, okay.
So
gotcha.
It was a long time ago. And this game has just been kind of sitting around like, supposedly. You know, I don't know. I think this is crazy. And I point directly to Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
Like, I made 2 videos on how the hell are they going to get Skyward Sword on the Switch? How are they going to do it? They did it, and they did it just fine. It looks like it's going to be just fine. It's going to have a handheld mode. It's going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just put it out of the stick. I said it in the video yesterday, and I'm going to repeat it because I believe it. If Nintendo wants a game on the Switch, they will figure out a way to put it on the Switch. I think...
Absolutely.
I just think that this... I don't know. I think he may be a little bit out of touch with what's going on.
He could have been just trying to get his name out
I'm not a game developer. So, I'm like, maybe.
Any PR is good
Maybe.
PR, and he just probably wanted to get his name out there. If he's truly just off base, just for PR's sake, then he probably just wants some PR. But if he's serious about it, it's interesting. But he's wrong because if Nintendo wants to sell you something, they will sell it to you. The Skyward Sword is that example.
They're gonna figure out a way to get it there, and it makes sense this year. It makes sense for all the Prime Force. I mean, I don't think we're getting Prime 4, but it has an anniversary this year too. Same with Donkey Kong, 40th anniversary this year.
Yeah,
lots of anniversaries this year, a whole lot of them.
Yep, it's a good year.
It is. It's a great year.
So yeah. All right. So we talked a little bit about new games earlier with what was that game called again? Zombie Ate My Neighbor.
Yeah.
And what would you like to talk about the next new game? Because we have a couple games here on the list that are new games coming out.
Do we? I don't have that list. You go for it. I'll chime in.
I'll just go ahead and read off what we have on our list here that we talked about, and we can get to which ones we want to get to. Well, we have new games. They're coming out. Dragon Quest. We have the Famicom.
Oh, wait, whoa. Yeah, whoa. We can talk about that.
Go for it.
That's not a new game. That's an event. I forgot about that. I forgot we even talked about that.
I put that in the new game section.
That's, what is it? Because
I know nothing about it.
I don't know a whole lot about it. They just announced that there's going to be an event, and everybody seems to think that we're getting another Dragon Quest game. But I'm like, man, I'm 11 behind already. Like, don't put another one out.
Hey, it's
not yet.
It's the news is there. The event? It'd be cool. I'll probably watch it. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I'm probably gonna live stream it. Hell, why not? I don't care.
Why not? Hey, maybe we will live stream it on this channel.
That's what I was. Yeah, maybe we'll just both live. Like, yeah, we know nothing about this game. Let's check this out.
Let's go.
I did, however, download on this computer here, Dragon Quest Builders 2. I forget who I was talking to somebody about that on live stream or in the Discord or something. I don't remember where I was talking to, but I wanted to play that game, and I was like, I think I'd really like that one. And it popped up on Game Pass, and I was like, sweet, I don't have to pay for it. So I did get that. I don't know. Dragon Quest is. I know it's a slow paced type of game, really long. Probably not going to be something I'm super into. Dragon Quest 11 has caught my attention a few times. I will say that it's caught my attention a few times. Like everybody seems to like this. It looks kind of cool. The characters look awesome. They're in Smash. I mean,
I have a hard enough time games that I want to play actually getting them on my system and playing them. I have a hard enough doing that. So games I'm not really interested in, it's not going to happen for me. I'm not going to play it. I will watch this event gladly and talk about it and be excited for it if I enjoy it. But I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, that's understandable. What other new games?
Yeah, moving
are
on.
coming out?
We got the Famicom Detective stuff, which of course is.
Oh, that's today. Yeah, the
That is
Famicom.
today.
Yeah, the Famicom Detective. Yeah, man. Again, another one. For the people who are happy about this, I'm happy for those people. That's all I can say about this, man. It's just I don't know. It's just not, it's not really my thing. This week, honestly, for games on the Switch anyway, little dry for me. Little dry for me.
I'm sorry.
Except
this
Calculator.
Week? Oh yeah.
This week. Except Calculator.
Of course, Calculator. Of course.
Calculator's really all I'm really concerned about.
Of course. No, I'll be honest here. Famicom games, as soon as they are announced, interest me because I recently got into some anime on Netflix. I don't remember the name of it. I wish I had so I could tell you, but I'm interested in this. I think now for, what's it, $40 each? Is that what the price?
That sounds right.
That is
maybe
not happening. $20 for one of them when it goes on sale inevitably. Yes, I will do that.
Yeah, you can grab it up then. Hey, if you're interested in it, yeah. I mean, just wait. These might go on sale.
I want to be clear here because I do like to. I always say that about, well, if it goes cheaper, I'll get it. I'm not that guy who's like, these games are too expensive. They're just stupid. I don't want to. How could they sell for that price? I'm not that guy. I'm just poor.
No.
So I have to pick and choose what I want to buy.
That's the thing. You're not. Yeah, but you're not sitting here complaining about the price. You're just saying, now when that's cheap, I'm going to play that.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
All right, let's move into something a little bit different because this is something I actually literally just filmed a video on this. So for those of you watching now, you'll probably get to hear all this information twice. I may have a little more now or a little more in there. Who knows? But there is a rumor. I saw this also on Nintendo Life, and I didn't see anybody talking about this. And I was like, this is the most interesting rumor that I've seen in such a long time. Nobody's talking about it. Maybe it's not that interesting to anybody else. Maybe it's just that interesting to me. But reportedly, Apple is working on a Nintendo Switch style hybrid console. Now that is very, very interesting to me.
To me as well.
I mean, okay, first off, let's just go into just the history. I mean, a lot of people know the history of Apple and their brief history in gaming with the Pippen.
Scotty?
It was
no, not Scotty.
It was a flash in the pan. It was gone. It was there.
Number 30,
it was gone
33
as fast as it came
Bulls
in.
forward. No, not him.
It didn't go well. It did not go well. We'll say that. But I mean, that was in the 90s. That was a long, long time ago. And something that really interests me, and this is kind of what I want to talk about. We'll get into like what the specs of the hardware are supposedly in this thing. What interests me a little bit, and I didn't even mention this in the video today, are this. All this stuff with Apple versus Epic, right?
Yeah.
The Epic Games Fortnite thing.
Yes.
It's all over certain places that it can be and ways that it can be dealt with. They're having the same issue with Microsoft and Game Pass.
Okay.
Maybe secretly they're just trying to keep that stuff out of the way because this is something that they actually do have planned. Like maybe these are just things that are happening but seem very strange for Apple to be doing. But there's actually a bigger plan in place. Now, that is some tinfoil hat stuff. I will admit, I'm not going to sit here and try to act like that has a lot of anything behind it. Just a thought I had. It's possible. But the biggest thing I think about this entire situation here is the M1 chip. The M1 chip is something that Apple has put out. If you're not familiar, they just put it in the new Mac Minis. It's in a lot of other stuff. They just announced it's actually coming to the iPad Pro, which is amazing. So right there, if you have any question about battery life or if it can go in something that small, the iPad Pro is super thin. I'm looking at one right now. It is much, much thinner than my Switch.
Yep.
I can tell you that. And they're putting an M1 chip in that. The funny thing about it is, So they put the M1 chip in the Mac Mini as well. Now the Mac Mini's $800. Okay, I've watched people edit video online with the Mac Mini. It's whisper quiet. The fans don't even turn on. They're editing 4K footage, watching YouTube videos, rendering stuff like in a snap of a finger. My $2,500 my MacBook Pro. You should hear it. It sounds like it's about to lift off of my lap. Sometimes I can't even put it on my lap because it's so hot. And as far as rendering footage or exporting footage, like don't touch the computer or it's going to fail.
So in simpleton terms, this M1 chip from Apple that they're releasing in all their current,
it's incredibly powerful.
It is something that
it's
is
efficient.
It's a really efficient, really powerful single chip that is housing the CPU and GPU. If you're a nerd, you know what those are. And
okay, but that now okay, yes, that's true.
Making it very portable, thin, and mobile, and
right,
which is perfect for a handheld.
Right, but here's the thing. The M1 chip does have the graphics, the GPU. It's all one piece.
Yeah, it's one piece.
Apple does that type of stuff. Supposedly, the next one, the one that's going to be in the new Mac Pros and the MacBook Pros, has a upgraded separate GPU. So they're going to be separate. It's going to be better than the one. So you're actually going to have even more graphics capabilities with whatever they're going to do next, and it's going to be close to the same size. So you're still going to be able to fit it in a tiny thing.
Switch people don't get too excited about that because that's going to cost $14,000. And
well, now hold on, we'll get there.
That's not going to happen in an affordable handheld.
We'll get there. Yeah, it's Apple. It's going to be expensive, but when you're looking at technology like that, that's insane. Like that's crazy, especially to think about that in a handheld device.
Yeah.
Apparently Ubisoft, like now this is a leak, guys. Remember, leak, rumor. Don't take this to the bank.
It's fun to talk about. Do not come at us.
But apparently Ubisoft is being consulted on its development. So there's like gaming companies already involved in this. Supposedly, like I just said, there's more chips coming out for the new Apple stuff. The M1X or the M2, I don't know. But supposedly they're making their own thing, their own version of the best of all this stuff, a different chip for this gaming console.
It's interesting.
And they do mention at the end of this ray tracing. I mean, you know, if you're going to talk about power, you got to throw in...
Can I get 1080p on my... I don't care about ray tracing. Can I just get 1080p? Like, that's all I want.
Yeah. Yeah. But this is very interesting to me. Yeah. This whole thing, whole Apple thing is... I'm so interested in this. Again, like it says here, big places like Tech Radar are saying, no, this is not happening, which, okay, maybe. You know, they know more than I do, but... It's very interesting, and if it does happen, I don't think it's that crazy to even think that it could happen.
No, I mean, listen.
Do you?
No, because listen, it could never happen. It probably won't ever happen. But don't be fooled. Like Nintendo and Ubisoft and Apple, or not Nintendo. I mean, Apple and Ubisoft. They're probably talking right now about this. It's just talk. And that's probably how these leaks came out. It's very possible that they're just having meetings and they're talking about the possibility of this.
Yeah.
And that's all it is, a possibility. It's nothing yet. It's if it actually happens. But that's why this leak happened, I think, is because they probably are having meetings about this whole situation. And because it's a smart, wouldn't you all agree that would be smart for Apple to release a handheld with that M1 chip? At the very least, license that chip so other people can use it. Nintendo. Like it won't happen. It won't happen. But they think about it. You can't deny they're not thinking about it. Of course they're thinking about it. Money. It's about money, and they probably won't ever do it. But they're thinking about it.
I mean, Apple's going to they're going to start moving out into other things.
Absolutely. I was talking to you earlier. Like there's probably going to be
Apple TV. Yeah. The Apple TV won't be a box. It will be a TV. It will be at some point.
And Apple is going to go after Tesla, and they're going to make an Apple car.
I'm telling you what. You said that earlier, and I was like, "Gee, might be losing his mind." I thought about that. Did you lie to me? I thought you were
with me on that one.
Well, I was, but I was like, well. Maybe. No. I mean, but when you think about it, the way that like Tesla, those type of vehicles, and the way that a lot of vehicles are going electric, you know, when you take a gasoline motor out of the equation, yeah, Apple makes a lot of sense to make a car.
Yeah.
Makes a whole lot of sense.
It's a piece of tech at that point. It's not a car. Like that Tesla, it's not really a car. It's tech. It's technology. Not to say that an engine car is not technology either. That's not what I'm talking about. But in our modern way of thinking of tech, quote unquote, our phones, our computers, our laptops, all that kind of stuff. The modern tech. It's not a car. It's not a car. It's tech. It's an electric motor RC car.
Whatever it is, it's very interesting. But it just kind of makes me think like what the Switch could be. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like that segue. That was a good one. That was beautiful right there.
It was very nice. It was. Yeah. So let's go into that. We've decided tonight for our very last segment of the show here, we're just going to talk because as a lot of you know who are here right now, we talk a lot about what the Switch Pro is going to be. What it's going to have in it. What it's going to, how much of a jump is it going to be?
And we're going to beat that dead horse for another 40 minutes right now.
No, that's not what we're going to do. We have decided, instead of trying to guess what that would be, we are just going to build, hypothetically, our perfect Nintendo Switch from the ground up. If we could put anything we wanted in the Nintendo Switch, anything we wanted, as far as anything from other companies, certain this, that, whatever. I've got a few things in my head that I think could make a very nice handheld Nintendo product. Geeb's got a lot more than me. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to get the basic stuff out of the way. And the first one, it's fairly simple, and I hope everybody already knows what I'm talking about. It's Bluetooth headphone support.
I'm sorry, what? Calling 1999. Can we get that in there?
So that
radical. You're a radical.
That's top on the list. I just figured we should get that out of the way before we started our actual list. Where do you want to start with this thing? Where do you want to start?
I want to start with, and now guys, Drip and I will be building our own, but we'll be coming together on ideas for sure. Probably very similar, but we're probably gonna end up with two different Switches here at the end of our, because it's what we want. It's what us individually would like. Man. But
I'm jumping on yours.
I'm
throwing all my stuff on yours.
Let's start with the chassis. What you touch. What are we touching here? Starting with not the Joy-Cons, because of course that's going to be an interesting conversation, but the chassis of the Switch itself, the tablet, the contents that you touch, not inside but the outside. I'll just start. I want aluminum. Like my dream Switch is made of aluminum. That's
where I was going. 100%.
If we want to get really, because I don't want glass, I want to be able to drop it and not crack. But aluminum might be too soft. But again, aluminum might keep the cost down. Now, in our dream Switch here, in our our fake Switch, the cost is not an issue here. We're not talking, Also,
cost compatibility. Price is no issue.
Compatibility doesn't matter because this is fake, but this is for fun.
Right.
So I would say I want aluminum chassis because it'll be lightweight, but it'll also be very durable. And it looks sexy, very sexy.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think some type of metal for sure.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be metal just for, it's just, when you pick something up that's plastic, you pick something up that's like metal, it feels nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think as far as we can go with that, those aluminum Joy-Con shells that are $100, like that's really nice, man. Those are really cool. Like I can't bring myself to pay $100 for them, but I do want them. I will say that I do want them. Well, I can't do it
because they are Joy-Cons and we're in this Switch. It is still modular. You can still take them off. I think I don't want aluminum. I want the option. I want Nintendo to sell me aluminum Joy-Cons either in a package for a Switch or like as a separate option I could buy. I don't want to have to mod it myself. But
since we're there, let's do this. You can get the option there. I also want options of different styles of controllers. Like, why is there not a GameCube controller split in half? Like, the mod's online. I've seen it. It's
I've seen
absolutely
it too.
beautiful. Like, why don't we have those? Like, Smash is a huge thing on the Switch. It's huge, and nobody wants to play in handheld mode because it sucks.
It's huge.
It's huge. It is. It is. So, different types of Joy-Cons as well, I think would be great. Let's move quickly.
Yep.
So let's stay on the Joy-Cons for 1 second. Here's something else. I want full-size sticks.
I was gonna say the same thing. Full size. I don't want these dinky little baby sticks that cost $3. I want
I want full-size
Xbox
Pro Controller
One
sticks.
Pro Controller would be great too, but like I want better. I don't think the Pro Controller sticks are the best. I think like Xbox and PlayStation have them better. They're fine, but I want better. This is our dream Switch here. Geeb wants the feeling of holding like an Xbox controller stick. That's what stick I want.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think the option to have a shape of Joy-Con, kind of like what you see in the Split Pad Pro.
Yep.
Something like that. But from Nintendo. I want Nintendo to
first
make
party.
these. Like, why? Yeah, first part. I want that. I want the quality of this cut in half and put on the sides of my Switch.
I want it too, man.
That's what I want.
Charge me more. I don't care. Charge me $70 for it.
Yes,
or
please,
$80,
please.
$90 instead of the $50 for
I don't
those.
care.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I want the
fine.
option.
Let's do that.
On a drunk night,
so
that's what I want.
let's go screen.
Screen?
Are you cool with 720 or are you trying to get something stupid like 4K?
Stupid. I want a stupid 4K OLED display. This is what I want.
I guess if we're going all out, yeah. I mean, that's fine.
This is tricked out, man. This is
Here's the thing. If there was one place that I had, like, if there was one thing on this list that we had to skimp on, I would be fine with a 1080p screen here. Like, if we're still going higher end, but not quite as high end, I'd be fine with a 1080p screen just because of the size. Because of the size. A 1080p screen's still going to be really, really nice looking.
I'd be fine with 720p. If I mean, if we're talking about just being fine with, I'm fine with 720p. I don't particularly care that much, but I want the option at least at the very again. I think the option.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Why not? Can we have a 720p for that $299 price that we always want? Or how about that? Give me an option for a $499.
Yes, we can. We can have that.
A 4K OLED. Give me options.
Yes, we can. We can have that because we're making it right now.
Give me it.
We can have that. We have it. It's ours.
Got it.
All right.
So far we got a metal chassis. We have endless
multiple Joy-Cons.
Multiple Joy-Cons, but all of them have upgraded sticks. No, we're not playing around with this small
full
stuff
size
anymore.
sticks, not little ones. All of them have full size sticks.
No Joy-Con drift, but that's
multiple styles.
Without being said, no Joy-Con
well,
drift.
there's going to be drift. Nobody's getting away from drift anywhere. It's in every like. It's funny because, Xbox, PlayStation, everyone's like, oh, they're drift. Like, oh, yeah, really? It's because they put so much money into the rest of the controller. Again, they have to cut the price somewhere.
Yep.
That's where it gets cut. There's so much technology in the DualSense and the Joy-Cons, and they just put crap sticks in them because that's where they can keep the price at a reasonable place.
Yep.
That's what happens.
We got that metal chassis.
Not here, not today.
Got those
not
Joy-Cons, and then we got the 4K OLED display. And what's next?
I mean, you and I know some stuff about the insides of the Switch.
Yeah.
As far let's go power. Where are we going with power? Where do you want to get your power from? What do you want? Because I don't really have a whole lot to say on this. I just want more of it. Are
you referring to?
I don't know how to get it. I just want
power,
more of it.
Performance. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, if we're settling, then I just want 1080-60. It's all.
No.
Oh wait,
I'm talking about what type of, like right now. What's in there right now? The NVIDIA.
Yeah, it's a Tegra 1. Is that what it is?
The Tegra X1.
Okay.
Or X. What I don't know. The upgraded version of that. Yeah. So if you could change that out with something, what would you change it out with?
I mean, we kind of talked about it earlier. It's the perfect solution. The M1 from Apple.
The M1.
Put it in there.
Okay, but let's go a little bit further. And let me pull this back up here. They're talking about the other ones, the newer ones are going to be the M1. Where's it at? M1X or the M2?
Okay.
So these ones would actually, I think this is where they're talking about getting the ray tracing and stuff from. So for our pretend Switch, let's go ahead and dump. The X2 looks like it's going to be more powerful than the M1. Or the M2 is more powerful than the M1X.
It'll be
right?
times 2 performance, of course, and stupid Apple
let's
graphics.
do that. That's what we'll do. We're going with the M2. Okay. We're going to put the M2
in there. Put it in.
Now, this one, obviously, from what this says, too, that'll have the updated and upgraded graphics card that is separate,
right?
Not as one piece.
That's right.
So,
it'll still be in a small package that'll fit easily in a Switch. I mean, that we're not talking about a desktop graphics card here. It'll still be on one motherboard that'll fit very nicely, I would imagine.
So that would be a beast right there.
Yeah,
that would be an absolute beast. Now, I have some docking things I'd like to talk about. Let's talk about your dock wants. What do you want out of your dock?
I want my dock to be small. I like the idea of it protecting my screen, but you and I both know that the Switch dock as its current form has a lot of empty space, mostly just hollow plastic.
Oh yeah, I opened one up and painted it. There's nothing in there.
Oh,
It's a ribbon cable that goes from the back of a little tiny board.
Yeah,
it's a ribbon cable that goes to the front. That's it. It does not need to be that big.
I did forget earlier to mention with that OLED screen, it's got to be glass. I know I said durability, but glass is more premium, and I want that glass screen on at least if we're doing one
Gorilla Glass.
Gorilla Glass, yeah,
right.
Give me Gorilla Glass because who's dropping their Switch? Let's be honest. Who's actually dropping their Switch? Not a lot of people. Children are, and you know what? They deserve to break it.
This Switch is not for children.
Not for children, and I want a glass screen.
It's not a child's Switch.
With that being said,
this is the big bad nasty Switch, not for kids.
Yeah, I do want. I like the idea of having a dock that covers the screen because that is kind of nice, but it needs to be smaller. It needs to be smaller. No if ands or
way
buts.
Smaller.
Give me a USB-C port and you know and like that's all I really need coming out of the Switch because you can either give me a dock. You know, I didn't put too much thought into this, honestly speaking, but I need a small dock.
Okay, I have dock stuff. I have dock stuff.
That's my requirement. I need a small dock. That's what I want.
Okay, I agree. Small for sure. I don't think there even needs to be. There needs to be what? It needs to be like, okay, the Switch. What's the render that everybody keeps putting up on? I use it too. I don't know why I say everybody. I use it too. The render that everybody puts up, I think it's called the Switch Up or something like that, where it lays down on the dock and the dock's just like the size of a phone pretty much, and it just like cradles on top.
Okay.
I think a dock could be literally that small. I don't think it has to have much in it. Obviously that needs to be 4K 60 with all the stuff that we've got in there. That's going to have to put out on that TV 4K 60, and that should be done pretty easily, especially with what Nintendo's putting out. Like, nothing is that graphically intense where an M2 chip in there should handle 4K 60 pretty well. We're talking about ray tracing here, right?
Yeah, right.
Isn't that what the article said?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
So obviously that. I have one big thing that I want, and this is something I've talked about before, and I think it's an idea that, honestly, I think it's an idea that we could see in the Switch, maybe the Switch 2, or maybe some upgraded version down the road, is wireless docking. Now, hear me out on this. Wireless docking in the sense that, let's just say, for instance, my phone. I have an Apple TV sitting right here. I can push stuff from my phone to the Apple TV without plugging it in. And it's there's almost no delay at all.
Zero latency, or not zero, but close to zero latency.
Not zero, but I mean, it's close, man. It's not something that would mess you up in a game. And if you use the right connection, it would be fine, because Nintendo's done this before with the Wii U tablet.
Yep.
And the Wii. You could play on here. You know, you're doing things on the Wii the Wii U tablet.
Yep.
And they're coming up on screen, and there's no latency. Everything's totally fine. So the technology's there. Now, what that would open up is, one, that would open up ports of Wii U games in their original forms. You could literally use your Switch as a second screen, just like you use that, which obviously was the original intention for the Wii U. I think they wanted the Switch, but just didn't have the technology to quite make the Switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think going back to something like that would be cool. Wireless docking. I'm not saying like charging. It doesn't have to charge wirelessly, but I mean, that would be cool too.
That would be.
That technology's about to be something we're going to see a lot too. Wireless charging like that. You just have to be in the vicinity, and it just starts charging.
We're not there yet for this Dream Switch. I don't think we need to go there with that.
No, we're not. No, we're not there yet. So I'd like to see that. I'd like to see wireless docking would be cool. The other thing that I would really like to see, again, something I made a whole video on a while back. This kind of goes back away from the dock into the tablet part of it itself. But I want a 5G Switch. I want to be able to play people online wherever. 5G, awesome connectivity. Because I've talked about this a few times too. But a lot of people don't understand the difference and how big of a jump that we are going to be seeing once this full 5G network rolls out. Like the difference from 4G to 5G is not just like an incremental step up. It is a massive leap. It's a massive leap. It's not just a little jump up to 5G. It's going to be an insanely noticeable difference. Like that's pretty much what we're waiting on to make self-driving cars safe. We're waiting on that speed so they can all talk to each other and know where they're at. Like once this rolls out, things are going to start changing very quickly. I think a 5G Switch at that point isn't even something it's not even something that would be crazy. It would kind of be expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Now that adds cost to it, but again, not really in our
we don't care about that.
We don't care about that right now.
We don't care about that. We're made of money right now. We don't care. We got all the money. We have all the monies. I think that would be awesome. Not only that, and we've kind of eliminated the problem because we put our M2 chip in there.
Yeah.
But another reason that I would like to have that 5G connectivity is because of cloud gaming. Like I want to be able to connect and play, you know, who knows? Maybe we get Game Pass on the Switch. It's possible. Those rumors are out there. But I mean, just games like we already have, like Control.
Yep.
Like you have to be home and connected to Wi-Fi to play it. But if you know, this 5G network is out here and doing what it's supposed to do, I'm telling you, you can easily connect to that and play that game. Absolutely no problem. I've seen it done online.
If you don't know 5G, it's not like it's twice as good as 4G. It's like light years better than 4G.
Yes, it's insanely
You can
better.
barely fathom like the difference. That's how big.
It's huge.
This is not.
It's a very, very big difference.
If you were live for 3G going on 4G, this is not that. This is even higher than that.
No. This is
a big deal, man. 3G. I had my iPhone 4 back in the day in the mall.
Yes.
3G, like a bar and a half in the. It was always
awful. That was wild times, right?
Wild. And now it's like you 4G. You pretty much have coverage everywhere. And now it's not. But imagine having coverage everywhere, but your speeds are so fast.
It's lightning fast.
You never have to think about wireless. You don't have to think about it. It's gonna be so fast.
Right.
No
buffering will be a thing of buffering will be a thing you'll never see again.
Never.
It just won't happen.
It'll be turn a video.
Unless you're literally in a cave.
You need to download the Drip Geeb podcast. Hello, guys. Welcome back to episode 475 because that's going to be what episode's going to be.
All your major podcast places. Yeah. All of them. Every one of them.
So yeah, 5G sounds like an excellent.
And that's really it. If I had a Switch with all that stuff, I would.
So
I'd be happy.
A quick rundown. We got the metal chassis, which is going to be great.
Yes.
We got any Joy-Con that you would want, any third party that they sell right now. Not only are we going to have it for the next Switch, but it's going to be first party stuff from Nintendo, and
all with full size sticks.
All with full size sticks. And then you got that M1 chip inside running that thing.
M2. Remember, we upgraded that to the M2.
M2 chip. We got the dock that is going to bring back, ironically, some of those Wii U features where you can use the Switch in like a how'd you call that?
But we call it wireless docking.
Wireless docking, and that'll be sick.
Yeah, we have an official name for it.
And it's got 5G, so you can be on the train, you can be in the car, in your Apple car, and you can be doing whatever you got to do, and you can play cloud games like a boss, and you can use that calculator. If you need to download a calculator to pinch,
you got it.
You got it.
Because the Switch already offers a real nice one.
Absolutely.
And really quickly, for those of you listening on the replay on YouTube, leave in the comments below what we missed. Like, what would you add to this Switch? I'm curious.
And those of you listening on the podcast, go ahead and leave a review if you're using Apple Podcast reviews or however you're listening to this podcast. You can use our link to our Anchor podcast. I don't know if you can contact us through there or not, but either way, go ahead and leave us what we missed out. What do you want in your dream Switch?
Yes.
Is that it, sir?
That is just about it. Yeah.
Well, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the audio. We're gonna wrap up the audio version of this podcast. For those of you in the stream, stick around. We're gonna answer those questions, those super chats, if you left any. We're gonna go ahead and get to those right now. For those of you listening for the audio version, we are gonna head out here. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you check out this podcast wherever you have on any podcast service that you may want to use. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
This is episode 1, so we're gonna get better with the intros and the outros. So sorry for
still working on all that.
Again, I drive forklifts.
Hey, welcome back or welcome in for the first time. Hey, please leave a like. Please subscribe. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. No. So
there you go.
Yeah. So you guys listen to the podcast. Make sure you check out this video version on the Drip Geeb YouTube channel, which is not called yet, I don't believe, but it will be.
It will be. Change the name.
It's currently Drip Media Live as of the recording. So make sure you check out that video because we're gonna cut these up into segments as well, and it'll be really nice little bite-sized content for you guys. And again, make sure you leave your what we missed for Dream Switch, and that'll be it for us, guys. So we will catch you guys in the next episode.